How's it going, everybody? It's Young here, and welcome to a Red Dead Redemption 2 discussion video. Today I want to make some predictions regarding the characters featured in the teaser image that Rockstar unveiled to announce their brand new game. I mentioned in one of my previous videos how I believe Red Dead Redemption 2 will be a prequel that will tell the story of the Dutchess gang, the gang that John Marston was part of prior to the events of Red Dead Redemption 1, members of which are featured in this teaser image. Former members of the gang seen in Redemption 1 include the protagonist, John Marston, his former best friend, Bill Williamson, former hitman and Mexican Xavier Escuela, and former leader of the Dutchess gang, Dutch Vanderland. With this information in mind, a dead giveaway that Redemption 2 will indeed be a prequel and tell the tale of the Dutchess gang is this silhouette of who clearly appears to be none other than Bill Williamson, a major character in Redemption 1 who John Marston mentioned was like a brother to him back when they were still part of the gang before their falling out. Now, spoiler alert, let's just say that Bill Williamson bites the dust in Redemption 1, so the only way that he's in Redemption 2 is if the game is a prequel. It is even possible to spot two other members of the Dutchess gang in this image, both of who also eventually bit the dust during the events of Redemption 1. One of them is none other than John Marston himself. Now, I initially thought John was this guy in the middle here because not only does he kind of look like a young version of John, but also wears his clothes with rolled up sleeves in typical John Marston fashion. But after taking a closer look and after hearing other people's theories, I've determined that John Marston is in reality the man on the very left here. His facial features just look much more like John Marston's than the man in the middle, particularly where the hair and beard are concerned, which have similar shape and consistency. So we've got John Marston on the very left and Bill Williamson on the third from the right. Another member that can clearly be determined is the leader of the Dutchess gang himself, Dutch Vanderland, the third man from the left here. If we compare the silhouette with images of Dutch from Redemption 1, I think you will see some very clear resemblances, so no need for me to elaborate further. Interestingly enough, despite being the leader of the gang, he's not the one in the middle of the group. In his place is who I can only determine to be a mysterious new character. Now, I mentioned before how I initially thought this was John Marston, so at first, my train of thought was that Red Dead Redemption 2 would feature John Marston as the protagonist once more, which made sense considering the subtitle is Redemption 2, but after having determined that John Marston is the man on the very left, it is my belief that John will actually be on the sidelines for this one, while the game has us play a brand new character and protagonist. Who he is and what role he plays in the gang is a complete mystery for now, but I'm willing to bet that he'll act as the proxy through which players can not only witness key events of familiar characters leading up to Redemption 1, but also experience a brand new story through a fresh set of new eyes. It should be particularly interesting to witness a more savage and unlawful John Marston in action from a third-person perspective, and to find out what events lead to the falling out of the gang. As for the remaining three characters, unfortunately it's hard to determine their identity, although I'm willing to bet that they are new characters who were also former members of the Dutchess gang, who perhaps didn't make it out alive, or who somehow managed to get away from this life and start anew, which is perhaps why they weren't in Redemption 1. Now, one known Dutchess gang member we're missing in this image is Xavier Escuela from Redemption 1. From what I can see, none of these silhouettes really look like him. The most likely candidate is the guy with the big hat here, since Xavier does wear the big-ass sombrero in the first game, but I wouldn't bet on that theory. Maybe this is indication that Xavier won't play that big of a role in Redemption 2, but to sum everything up, this Magnificent Seven-style Red Dead Redemption 2 teaser image seems to be showing us 7 key members of the Dutchess gang, suggesting we're definitely looking at a prequel. We've got who I'm assuming to be a brand new character and protagonist in the middle, the leader of the gang, Dutch Vanderland, to his left, Bill Williamson to his right, and Red Dead Redemption 1's protagonist, John Marston, to the very left of the group. The rest of the gang members are still unknown and could very well be new characters who were either never mentioned in Redemption 1 or were mentioned so briefly that they went over our heads. Whether this theory holds up to be true or not, we'll find out very soon tomorrow, Thursday, October 20th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. which is when Rockstar will finally release the game's first ever trailer. I, for one, am ecstatic for a prequel to one of the best open-world games and arguably the best Wild Wild West game of all time, and I'm very excited about the cool storytelling opportunities that are possible with a brand new character and protagonist through which we can experience the story of the Duchess Gang and its key members, particularly John Marston's, and witness their eventual fallout. What are your thoughts on the matter? Do you agree or disagree with my theory of which character is who in this teaser image? Do you recognize any of the unknown characters or have any theories about them? Let us know in the comments below, and look forward to tomorrow's trailer of the highly anticipated title. And to be further updated on all things Red Dead Redemption 2, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.